Hey YouTube, how's it going? So prepared wander out in the woods today, and I want to show you a system for hauling your gear in the winter that has been around forever, but can be put together pretty cheaply, and it's just a lot of fun. It's the Sled, or the Pulk as a lot of people call it. I'm going to show you the upgrades I did to my sled and kind of talk about those, and hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas and you can go out and build your own, so stick around. That I put together. And basically what this sled I picked up at a hunting supply store, and it's specifically designed for hunting gear and carrying out deer and things like that. But it really didn't have any features or upgrades for carrying your gear or for pulling it. And that's what I wanted to do, is to make it more friendly to carry all my camping gear when I go out on a long hike or trip. And the advantage of carrying a sled or pulling a sled is that you're able to carry a lot more gear, and of course in the wintertime you know you're going to need more gear, and then also you're able to compartmentalize your gear. You don't have to have it all in one gigantic backpack, which is kind of a pain to fumble through and get through, especially in the wintertime when you're looking for stuff. So what you're able to do is you can take all your cooking gear and your food and your essential items, put those in a day pack, and then take your sleeping gear, your tent, sleeping bag, and your clothes, and put those in a couple dry bags, and now you have a nice segmented, compartmentalized way of carrying everything. And plus you can carry oddball things like shovels, axes, larger saws. It just gives you a lot more capability of carrying gear and carrying more gear. And with winter camping, you're going to need a lot more gear to stay comfortable and dry. So alright, the first thing that the sled needed, it needed a way to attach bungee cords and tie downs. And what I did is, it's a pretty simple method. I drilled holes along the perimeter edge of the sled and then ran this rope through it. There it is in the back. And that allows me to clip in with a bungee cord and tie down my gear like I've done right here. The other thing is the sled didn't have any way of attaching a pulling method. So a couple of eye bolts through the lip of this thing. Let me see if I can get this turned over so you can see it. There's the eye bolts. That allowed me to put on a drag handle, and then allowed me to clip in my pulling system. Now the pulling system I have is crossbar, which is PVC pipe with rope ran through the middle of it. And you're probably wondering, okay, what's the point of that? What's the advantage? And from my understanding, with these sleds, the crossbar method actually stabilizes the sled a little bit and keeps it from going side to side on the trail. It keeps it more straight behind you, and that's really the only purpose of it, is to help stabilize and steer the sled. If you have the slack rope, it'll actually get away from you a little bit more from side to side. And then what I've done is the crossbars come up here, they hook in right there, and all this is a Molly 2 waist belt for a backpack from the military, and it's stiff enough that it pulls that weight pretty well, but still has some attachment points for other gear if I want to. It's inexpensive and it works great. I don't see any reason to try anything else for a hip belt. I've been pulling with this one for a while now, and it works really, really well. So that's really all it is to this system. So the sleds, depending on where you get them at, they can be anywhere from $30 to $50. And then the hardware on top of that, you may have another 15 bucks, 20 bucks in it. So for under $100, you can build and customize a sled that's going to pull your gear for the winter. And of course, when you're pulling with sleds, you want to use trekking poles. These are from Outdoor Products. Got these at Walmart, very inexpensive, but they're aluminum, they're sturdy, they're adjustable, and they work. They don't have to be super expensive trekking poles to get the job done. They even have snow baskets on them right there, which is nice. Now, like I said, this whole system's under $100. It doesn't cost very much. It's probably not even close to $100 when you're done with it. Maybe closer to 75 bucks, something like that. Just depending on what shopping you want to do. What I plan on doing is I want to get a smaller sled, a shorter one for day hikes, and use this one, the longer one, for overnight trips where I'm carrying a lot more gear. But for like out today, just hiking around the fields, I don't need a lot of gear. I just need my day pack. I brought my medical pack, a shovel, and a seat pad, and that's all I really need. So a shorter sled or Pulk would be a lot nicer for this kind of trip, and maybe I'll do a different pull system on it, but for the most part, this thing works great. I have never had any issues with it. It's fantastic for winter camping when you got to carry so much gear with you. It's just a fun way of carrying your gear, so definitely go out and try one and see what you think. Alright guys, I'm going to go hike a little bit more, and as always, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer.